Hello viewers, welcome to my channel, The Learning Destination. I am Avinash and today I am going to cover the topic deployment in Kubernetes service, which is one of the very demanding topics in Kubernetes services. So just hold the seat and enjoy the session. The agenda of this course is we will go through the deployment, we will create one deployment, we will see that how we can update the deployment, then we will go through the rolling back, then we will roll back to a previous version. We will see how we can scale the deployment. We will also try to pause and resume of the deployment. And finally, we will end with the session with deployment status. So according to Kubernetes, what is deployment? A deployment is a declarative approach to update pods and replica set. You can define the desired state in a deployment and deployment controller change the actual state to desired state. That means the deployment controller node help you to transform your deployment from the actual state to desired state. How it can be done? Let's see. We have one pod, we have one deployment definition file. Okay, so let's suppose that here the replica set is 3 defined. Now this is my current, the actual state. I want to change it by 4 replica set. Okay, or I want to upgrade it this Nginx image. So this is my current state. If I change it by let's suppose that if I change it by Nginx version 1.16, so this is my desired state. Now if we change here the replicas, that in one set of replicas there should be 4 pods should be spinning, then I can change it. So this is what the meaning of my actual state to the desired state. I'm not doing any changes as of now. So let's go through the practical session of how we can deploy the deployments. And for that I have already one deployment definition file. I'm going to use it. kubectl. Let's check whether I have already running any one of deployment or not. Okay, so I don't have any deployment as of now running. Let's create it. Now deployment is successfully created. We will see that. In this way, we see that the one deployment is successfully created, which is in ready conditions, and availability is 3, and just 9 seconds ago it has been spin up. Since we have already defined a replica set in our definition file, so we will check the replica set as well. As per the definition file, we have one replica set. And what is the desired state? That there should be 3 pods should be running. So let's check the pod. Okay, so there is 3 pod is running. Now we will move through how we can update or how we can update the deployment. According to our PPT, if you see the agenda, now next topic is updating a deployment, and we will see practically how we can do the update in deployment. And for that I will use set image. I'm going to upgrade my current Nginx image, that is 1.1420 from to Nginx 1.16.0. But before that, let's see that the current version also. And what is my deployment name? My deployment name is Nginx-deployment. So we see that, we can see that the current version of my Nginx web server is 1.14. Now let's upgrade with this 1.16. How it can be done? kubectl set image, then deployment, then the API name, then my deployment name, which is Nginx-deployment. Then I need to define the image version of Nginx. let's say I'm going to upgrade it with the version 1.16.0. Hyphen record flag helps you to save your Kubernetes command. Okay, so you can see the message on similar something like this, your deployment image updated. Now let's check kubectl get deployment. Okay, now we will see the kubectl replica set. So here you see that it is slowly scaling down the previous replica set and spinning up the new replica set. So if you see the previous replica set, if we go little scroll up and we can check that deployments. So this is our previous replica set. Now this is the previous replica set which it has been already scaled up to 0, and the new replica set has been generated with the desired state. One thing I would like to highlight here, that in deployments there is some ratio. It means that whenever you try to upgrade anything, there won't be any such conditions where all the pods will be go down. There it maintains Kubernetes, the by default it always maintains the 75% 25% ratio. That means that your 75% pod will be always running, only the 25% the upgrade will happen, and when these 25% will end, then it will go for another 25%, and in this way it does the deployment. So because of this process you won't have any downtime with the application. Now we will see that how we can roll back, but before that let's check that our new version whether it is updated or not. And what is my deployment name is? Okay, I need to use describe. So we see that our Nginx web server has been successfully upgraded by the version Nginx 1.16.0. Okay, let's see that how we can do the rollback. Before that, let's suppose by mistakenly you are putting some faulty version here which is not available, then how it will react. Let's see. Again same way we will check the replica set, right? So this was the previous one. Now this one they are going to upgrade the new one, and this one was the previous one, and this one is the current one deployment. Here I would like to another one thing, that since I made the wrong entry here, this Nginx image is not at all available. So if we see as of now the current status, it will show this image pull back off and it goes into the loop. Let's say kubectl get pods. You see that error image pull, there is error. So here how the deployment reacts, the deployment it stops the upgrading process because it finds that the correct version is not available, and hence it should stop the upgrading process, and hence it saves complete downtime of the applications. We will see the history. kubectl rollout. Before that we can check the status also, status and deployment.v1.apps. So it is the current status it is showing, and it got stuck because of that we have given the wrong Nginx image entry over there. That's why it is stuck on only 1 out of 3 new replica set has been updated. Do Control C and come out. Let's check the revision entry kubectl roll out history, and then the name of the deployment. So you see, the previous we have run the command this nginx, where I have the previous version of nginx 1.16, and later on I tried to upgrade with the version 1.161, which gone into the failed state. Now let's correct and roll out into the exact version, the previous version I want to upgrade it. How it can be done? Let's see. You can check also the details. You can check also the details of your previous upgrade. How it can be done? You can check in this way. Revision equal to. So you can check that what happens when we have run this command, this one, the second number command, and what it is log. We can check it here. Let's revert our current nginx image to the previous state. For that, we will use kubectl rollout undo, and then we have to give the deployment name, and we want to revert it back on revision 2. We can do it, but let's say, okay, so it is saying that successfully rolled back. Let's check. Firstly, we will check the deployments. Kubectl get deployment. Okay, let's check replica set. So we see this is the new one, and check that the pod. Okay, we have successfully rolled out in its previous version. We can also get confirmations by checking the describe status, or we can check by kubectl. Let me go through quickly with this command. We can check the status. You see that it has been successfully deployed in its previous version, and we can get confirmations by running the describe command. So that is kubectl get kubectl describe, and the pod deployment name, deployment nginx deployment. So we see that previously we have tried to upgrade it by the version 1.161, and the before that the version was 1.16. Then since that upgrade gone into faulty state, so we have again reverted. We have successfully done the rollout process, and now again it comes with the same nginx image. So in this way we can upgrade, we can do the rolling update in deployments. So far we have seen that how we can create the deployment. We have updated our existing deployment to the latest version of the nginx. We have also rolled back to the existing deployment. We have seen that how we can check the history of revision, and now we are going to cover the scaling deployment. Okay, so how we can do the scaling? Let's see that. kubectl scale, then we have to go deploy dot and our deployment name. With the replicas I want to increase by 4. Okay, let's see that kubectl get pods. So earlier there was only the 3 pods are running. Now since I have scaled it to the 4 pods in the replica set, now the 4 pods is running. So guys, in deployments there are 2 kinds of scaling. One is auto scaling and second one is proportional scaling. Okay friends, so if you would like to know more about the auto scaling and proportional scaling, just leave a comment in comment sections, and I will try to cover in my next sessions about the auto scaling and proportional scaling. But this time I am going to show you how we can do the auto scaling. So the command is kubectl auto scale, and we will give again the deploy dot dot apps and nginx hyphen deployment with hyphen mean value equal to 7, let's suppose that, and max we are giving here 10 hyphen max, and we will give hyphen CPU hyphen percentage equal 80. Okay, it should be single only. Hyphen CPU hyphen percentage equal 80. Okay, let me see the command. Hyphen CPU hyphen, it's only the percent. Okay, now let's see. So okay, what exactly this command does? This command, it automatically auto scales. The minimum is 7 pods and maximum is 10. So whenever the load goes down, it will scale up the minimum scale down to 7 pods and scale up to max 10 pods. Whenever the CPU percentage is going high from 80%. kubectl get pods. Okay, so we have given as of now the minimum requirement is 7, so we can see that as of now the 7 pod is running. Now let's move to the another topic, that is pausing and resuming. Whenever we upgrade anything in deployment, whenever do the rollout, it may be chances that we can do some mistakes or we can avoid some unnecessary rollout. What we can do is we can pause the existing rollout update. We will fire all the update commands and later on we will resume it. How it can be done? Let's see. kubectl rollout pause, then deploy.v1.apps deployment. Okay, so we have successfully the pause. If we check as of now, and now we have successfully paused the current rollout, and now we are going to fire the command to upgrade something. Let's say I'm going to upgrade my nginx image again. kubectl set image deployment v1.apps slash nginx hyphen deployment .1. Okay, but if we see as of now the revision, we cannot see this deployment, this rollout upgrade is triggered. Let's see, kubectl rollout history, and then copy this. So we can see that this one is not yet triggered. This part is not yet triggered. Also, we can verify by checking the status of our replica set and pods. Now let's resume. So the idea behind this is when you have multiple fixes, multiple rollout you want to do, to avoid this kind of things to go directly and upgrade anything, it's better to make a set of your patches, fixes. You pause the deployment rollout, you fire the command, and when you think that now all your fixes is there in the proper sequence, then you resume the deployment so it can trigger the rollout upgrade. Let's resume it. Resume, and then okay, so we will see rollout. resume, this one. Okay. Now if you see history, it will triggered. You see this one is triggered now in its previous state. Now let's check that the successfully upgrade happens or not. So kubectl describe and deployment. What is my deployment name? Nginx-deployment. We can see that it has been successfully upgraded to 1.16.1 version. So in this way we can pause the deployment and we can resume the deployment. Now here I have already mentioned all the commands, so you can check and go one by one with all the commands, and you can do the hands-on lab with your own system. Okay, now the final thing is that there are three types of deployment status. One is progressing deployment, the second was is complete deployment, and the final one is failed deployment. So guys, if you would like to cover these topics, then leave a comment in the comment sections, and in my next sessions I will try to cover these topics. So till the time, thank you so much for watching these videos. Have a good day. Bye bye.